Hi, everyone. I'm Lee Pittz, and next to me is my brother Shea Pittz. And this is your Pitbull Report. Imagine the matchup between Mike Vick and RG3. Oh. That will happen twice a year if he plays for the Redskins. That will be game of the week every time they play. Get your popcorn ready. Clay Matthews didn't just make the NFL overnight, though. Oh, he was far from that.
As you might know, Clay Matthews isn't the only one in his family to make the NFL, so he has to live up to his dad and grandpa's name.
Football's first families. The legendary Matthews. The amazing Mannings. These guys are the Pitts.
That's me coaching high school football.
Yep. You were the toughest coach on your own kids, but not so much on the other ones, but that's all right.
We'll just say it was an adventure and leave it at that.
Well, we never missed an SC UCLA game, but we finally got you at one of the games. So I don't remember what year that was, but it must have been a bye for you or something.
Yeah.
Ron Pitts was an NFL cornerback for the Packers and Bills for 5 years.
Ronnie Pitts ran that baby 62 yards back for the touchdown for the Packers.
After his playing days, he made a career as a broadcaster.
Don't forget about the tight ends, 2 Pro Bowlers. Those guys were fast, they were quick, they were tenacious.
Remember this picture right here? I had to pretend like I was the chair to hold him.
Ron's 2 sons, Lee and Shea, followed in their father's footsteps, playing football through college and beyond, but not by design.
Football was the last sport I think we played.
I said, I'm never gonna let them play. I don't want them to play. I'm gonna make them beg, 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 beg.
Those kids wanted to play football like no other, and Ron absolutely focused on their academics.
He couldn't keep us away from it forever. We're walking around the house and we see all the memorabilia and the pictures. I grew up just watching my dad broadcast games as a kid, and I get curious, like, okay, you played in the NFL.
Still, it was only natural for Ron's sons to view him through a football lens.
You just grow up seeing that. Every Sunday, we're watching football and Dad's on TV.
Thanks a lot. Brett Favre, you're headed to the NFC Championship game.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to NFL Under the Helmet. I'm Ron Pitts.
Ron remained steadfast in trying to keep his sons grounded.
Ronnie would take them downtown when they were little kids and show them how the world really lives.
Skid Row.
Yeah.
We spent time down in Skid Row. Like, every year, I had to show them what the other side looks like. Okay, unfortunately, this is reality for a lot of people.
That just shows you that how important it is to just have strong people in your life and people who can rub off on you in a positive light.
I only had one must. You must get your degree, because I knew where the football dream ended up most of the time. Not saying that with everybody, but most of the time, that thing has an expiration date.
Some people might say, how would these 2 little kids know anything about football?
Let's just say we know a lot more than you think. Tell them, Lee.
Well, we have a lot of family blood in the Packers.
This football family goes 1 generation deeper to their grandfather, the legendary Elijah Pittz.
He was a big running back who could run. And in those days, you didn't have a lot of those. You had some that were just big guys, physical guys. Then you had some guys that were a little smaller that could run. He was a mix of both. He used to say, Lombardi at first didn't like nor understand his skill set as a running back. If the hole was here, he wanted you to take the hole, hit the hole, you go where the play is designed. Well, what he would do, he would bounce to daylight. And at first, Lombardi was like, why are you zigzagging all over the field? Just run straight. But then he started to realize he was making extra yards. He was being productive.
Elijah's tough running helped Green Bay in their glory years and in Super Bowl I.
The first meeting between the American Football League and the National Football League.
He scored 2 touchdowns in that win and was on all 5 of Lombardi's championship teams.
He talked about everything but football. The day that I started to get recruited pretty hard, he said, well, I didn't really know you wanted to go play at another level. I said, you did? Because he was focused on his family. That was number one, and everything else, being Elijah Pittz, a Green Bay Packer, and NFL star, that was second.
We met at Philander Smith College in Little Rock, Arkansas, which is one of the historically HBCU colleges.
So he goes up to Green Bay, And, it was, even though it was the North, it was different.
There had not been a lot of black people in that part of the country. Housing was hard initially.
His first game ever that he played, they get off the bus and the team is filing into the hotel, and someone stops he and about 3 other black players and say, "Oh, no, you can't go in there. Your quarters, your rooms are around the back of the hotel."
But Vince Lombardi had a strong stance on segregation.
Come on, 1 for all, 1 for 1. Let's go now.
A real story about Coach Lombardi is that someone very important in the NFL was trying to stop an interracial marriage. And he says there are only 2 colors here, green and yellow, and he took care of business.
Yeah.
Elijah retired and was later inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame. In 1974, he embarked on his assistant coaching career after starting as a scout in Green Bay. He spent 24 years as an assistant head coach and running backs coach, mentoring future Hall of Famers, but was never elevated to being a head coach.
We should run 90 instead of 91 because that's where the big hole is, because it's sliding the peak side.
Told him that?
Yeah, I told Sean.
His perspective was that he was happy what he was doing, happy with his players, happy to help the organization any way he could. But he always said, if I get a head coach, fine. If I don't, it's all right.
It did. It did. I knew about it.
Not that he did not want to achieve, he did.
He had great success coaching the Bills running backs to 4 Super Bowls and earning a win as interim head coach in 1995. And he always had respect around the entire NFL.
Hi, Eli. Okay, guys. Hey, best of luck to you. Thanks, man.
He had a seat at the table, but never the title.
And I know he wanted a chance to be the offensive coordinator and call plays. None of that stuff ever happened. But at that time, with the exception of Art Shell, he was a head coach of the Raiders. There weren't very many at all at head coach. There definitely weren't too many as offensive coordinators. Sherman Lewis, Ray Rhodes, Tony Dungy, Dennis Green had come along just after that. The timing, I don't think the league was ready for him yet to be in that role.
The league is exactly where Elijah's grandson, Lee, works today, in New York City. On the opposite coast, Shea is coaching at his and his dad's alma mater, UCLA. It's just close enough for father and son to catch up over football.
Gets the ball out, too.
Now, you see, go back. What made Purdy think he couldn't go to this tight end who's hot now?
No, and he's looking at him. Big time.
Well, he just took his real estate away.
Both have found a life in football. And that began with one man whose impact reverberates through generations and whose name even echoed through the Hall of Fame.
I'd like to say a special thank you to 10 men, the African-American assistant coaches in the NFL in 1977, my first year in the league. Elijah Pittz,
the always astute Elijah Pittz,
and the late Elijah Pittz.
Many of them never got the chance to move up the coaching ladder like I did, but they were so important to the progress of this league.
So Grammy scouted for 2 years. That's interesting.
Yeah, about 2.
Elijah's name was finally recognized on its own in Canton in 2025.
Assistant coaches class of 2025, Elijah Pittz.
Tell me about those championship years, Ruth.
Which ones?
My father-in-law deserves so much respect in this business. And unfortunately, he passed away and he didn't get to see the big trophy for him, which was being a head coach in the NFL.
He did get to see his first grandchild. And now the Pitts are protecting a football seed that keeps growing.
The determination he had, he never gave up.
He was in the weight room every day and always gave 110%. And you're gonna see that when he walks out on the field this Sunday.
You have a man who was born in a very deep, segregated part of the South. If you look at the trajectory of what you thought that life would be, and then you end up 2-time Super Bowl champion, coached in 4 Super Bowls, his path was a lot different than mine. I mean, he came in Arkansas, the 30s. It's not like Calabasas in 2018. It was a lot different. So things he had to go through in the adversity to put himself in a position to be successful, put my dad in a position to be successful, who put me in a position to be successful. I can't complain about anything. I mean, I've had to go through nothing like that. And it's because the men before me had to. They walk so I can run.